Situated on the banks of the legendary Euphrates River, Babylon flourished in a region that today corresponds to Iraq. Its strategic location transformed it into a commercial and cultural center, a meeting point between civilizations crossing the heart of Mesopotamia. From its earliest days, the city was shaped by continuous influences from various peoples, religions, and cultures, becoming one of the greatest civilizations of ancient history. The city of Babylon and its unique environment. Babylon was not just a city, it was a symbol of power and innovation. It's estimated that at its peak, it was the largest city in the world, featuring remarkable architecture and infrastructure for its time. With a canal system that irrigated fields and provided water to the population, the city transformed arid land into a prosperous agricultural hub. These hydraulic works not only fueled the city's growth, but also demonstrated the Babylonian skills in engineering and civic organization. One of the most impressive aspects of Babylon was the Hanging Gardens, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Although the gardens' existence is still debated, historical descriptions depict them as a series of elevated terraces covered in lush vegetation and fed by complex irrigation systems. This oasis in the desert symbolized Babylon's power and control over nature, as well as a demonstration of the ruler's wealth and strength. The rise of the old Babylonian Empire. The origin of the name Babylon traces back to the Akkadian word Bab-ilu, meaning gateway of the gods. This name was not just a label, it declared the spiritual and cultural status of the city. During the reign of Hammurabi, one of Babylon's most renowned kings, the city began to expand its power and influence throughout the Mesopotamian region. Hammurabi ruled Babylon during the period known as the Old Babylonian Empire, unifying the Mesopotamian region by defeating rivals such as the city of Assur and other city-states. Under his leadership, Babylon became a military power and a center of administration, culture, and religion. However, Hammurabi is best known for his contribution to law, the Code of Hammurabi. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to show your support, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. This helps us continue to bring you epic stories like this. The Code of Hammurabi, Justice and Social Order. The Code of Hammurabi is one of the oldest recorded collections of written laws. This set of laws provided clear guidelines on justice, commerce, property, family, and labor, establishing proportional punishments known as the Law of Retaliation, the famous eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. These laws represented a significant advancement as they organized society and provided a legal foundation that protected citizens, including the poor and disadvantaged, though with certain class distinctions. The code's importance transcended time, influencing legal systems in later cultures and civilizations. The decline of the First Babylonian Empire and the Assyrian invasion. After Hammurabi's death, the Old Babylonian Empire began to weaken. Less capable successors and increasing pressure from foreign peoples led the city to be looted and dominated, first by the Hittites and later by the Elamites. In this period of weakness, the Assyrians, a warrior civilization north of Mesopotamia, began to exert growing influence over Babylon. The Assyrians were known for their strict military organization, using standardized armor and iron weapons, which made them a formidable force. Their regular and well-trained armies included disciplined infantry, agile cavalry, and a range of siege weapons. The Assyrians conquered Babylon and incorporated it into their vast Neo-Assyrian Empire. However, the Assyrian domination over Babylon generated resentment among the Babylonians, who never fully submitted to foreign rule. The Neo-Babylonian Empire, restoring glory with Nabopolassar. In the late 7th century BCE, Assyrian rule began to weaken, and a Babylonian noble named Nabopolassar took advantage of the power vacuum to start a series of revolts. Allied with the Medes and other regional peoples, he attacked and finally conquered the city of Nineveh, marking the end of Assyrian rule and the rise of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Nabopolassar established himself as the new king of Babylon, restoring the city's prestige and power, and paving the way for the reign of his son, Nebuchadnezzar II. Nebuchadnezzar II. Babylon's zenith Nebuchadnezzar II is, without a doubt, one of the most famous figures in Babylonian history. Under his reign, Babylon reached unprecedented grandeur. He rebuilt the city, expanded its walls, and reinforced its position as a center of power. Babylon's walls were so imposing that they were described as impregnable, and the city became synonymous with opulence and strength. Nebuchadnezzar was also responsible for constructing large temples and ziggurats, which were religious monuments, dedicated to Marduk, the primary Babylonian deity. Among these, the most famous was Etemenanki, a massive ziggurat believed by many to be the inspiration for the famous Tower of Babel. This ziggurat symbolized the link between heaven and earth and represented the Babylonians' pride and devotion. Military expansion and conflict with Jerusalem. In addition to his dedication to architecture and city development, Nebuchadnezzar was an ambitious military leader. He expanded Babylon's borders, conquering territories along the Mediterranean. One of the most notable achievements of his reign was the capture of Jerusalem, which resulted in the deportation of many Jews to Babylon, including prominent figures such as the prophet Daniel. This period of deportation and exile, known as the Babylonian captivity, had a profound impact on Jewish history and culture. Nebuchadnezzar brought nobles, artisans, and specialists to Babylon, taking advantage of their skills to enrich his city. Despite his power and military success, accounts suggest that Nebuchadnezzar suffered from mental health issues in his later years, leading to periods of instability and ultimately his decline. The fall of the Neo-Babylonian Empire and the Persian conquest. After Nebuchadnezzar's death, the Babylonian Empire began to face challenges. His successors were unable to maintain the same strength and cohesion, leading to a series of internal revolts and external conflicts. Nabonidus, Babylon's last king, was a controversial ruler. Instead of strengthening his position in Babylon, he spent much of his reign in distant regions, which alienated the Babylonian elite and weakened the empire. In 539 BCE, the Persian king Cyrus the Great invaded Babylon. Cyrus was known for his policy of tolerance and respect for the cultures of conquered peoples, and his arrival in Babylon was well received by the populace, who were dissatisfied with Nabonidus' rule. With little conflict, Cyrus took the city and incorporated Babylon into the Persian Empire, ending the Babylonian era as an independent empire. In an act of diplomacy, Cyrus allowed the Jews to return to Jerusalem, ending the Babylonian captivity and cementing his place as an enlightened ruler. The legacy of the Babylonian Empire. The legacy of the Babylonian Empire is vast and enduring. Babylon not only influenced the government and justice systems of later civilizations with the Code of Hammurabi, but also contributed to the development of science, astronomy, and mathematics. The Babylonians developed an accurate calendar based on astronomical observations and pioneered the division of the circle into 360 degrees, a system still in use today. Additionally, Babylonian culture permeated the literature and imagination of later civilizations, becoming a rich source of inspiration and study for the Greeks, Romans, and other ancient peoples. Babylon's influence on art, religion, and mythology endures to this day as a symbol of grandeur and mystery. The city of Babylon, with its hanging gardens and ziggurats, remains in memory as one of humanity's greatest architectural achievements. Babylon's history is a testament to the power, ambition, and complexity of ancient civilizations. From Hammurabi to Nebuchadnezzar, its rulers shaped not only the city, but also the course of Mesopotamian and world history. Babylon's fall to the Persians marked the end of an era, but its legacy continues to inspire and fascinate scholars, archaeologists, and the public to this day. Babylon was indeed a gateway of the gods to knowledge and culture, leaving a lasting impact that spans millennia. And to continue delving into stories of ancient empires, I recommend an incredible video where we explore the lives of the most famous Roman generals. It's definitely worth watching. See you there. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our adventures through history.